Hello and welcome back to Scrummy, the podcast where you hear the truth about rugby. I'm joined here today by fellow teammate Big John. Alright, John, what initially drew you to rugby, and what did you get in, and how did you get involved in the sport?
I think what initially drew me to rugby was I was kind of just playing all kinds of contact sports already, so I'm just like, might as well try another one. And the thing that got me to stick around was the adrenaline from the first hit to the head. It's like a high, pretty much.
That's a reason to stay. I have a follow-up question. Was there a specific person or event that inspired you to pursue rugby seriously?
I can't really say. I'm not sure, but things that inspired me to play at a higher level were being beaten by other people. That's one of those things where it's you don't deserve that win over me in that situation, so I could easily just work a little bit harder and then I could take it for sure.
Interesting. How was being part of rugby community influence your personal identity or values?
I don't think it really influences it a whole lot, because in the rugby community you have people who are mean, bad people, and you have people that are so genuinely kind. So it's kind of just whoever you spend more of your time with.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I've just spent more of my time with the nicer people. So I don't know.
Right. Can you share a memorable game or moment that reflects the core values of rugby?
I had one just this weekend actually. It was the other team was running in to score, and I missed the tackle and they scored, and then it's you gotta make up for the rest of the game for that one mistake you made.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta work 10 times harder to make up for it. And how I did that was I ended up I don't even know how to describe it, but I had 10 times the amount of energy, and I was the same guy winning to score like he did on me before, and I stopped it the second time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just I guess the core values would be every mistake you make, don't let it sit with you. You gotta come back with 10 times the effort to resolve it.
Alright. How would you describe the unique camaraderie and culture within rugby to someone new to the sport?
I would call it a brotherhood, but it's definitely different than a brotherhood, because I don't know, with most people, I wasn't super fighty with my brother, but in rugby, it's a lot more your brothers are you fight with each other, and then you'll see each other just out and about, you'll say hi and they'll just come up and give you a hug, and it's just the most unexpected thing, because it's you don't usually get that, or at least I'm not used to getting stuff like that. It's a very tight-knit community. Even if you don't see each other very often, it's still just your brothers, and you're closer than anyone else is with you.
Alright. What aspect of this culture do you appreciate the most?
Definitely that brotherhood type of thing, but also I just love the game itself. It's not like any other sport, because no other sport do you get hit and then have to get right back up immediately to keep playing. There's no downtime during the game.
Yeah. What role do you think mental and emotional resilience play in rugby, and how do you build it?
Mental resilience is it would play a big role in the oh, you got hit, it hurts a little bit, but you still get up. It's it doesn't, you don't let things that just hurt bother you.
Mm-hmm.
And oftentimes you try not to let injuries bother you. So it's you get hit, it hurts, but you gotta get up anyway. Mental resilience or emotional resilience would be whenever someone starts talking trash to you in a game, all you gotta do is just compliment them, and it throws them off. So it's okay, easy. I just gotta be nice when somebody's trying to be mean and they don't know what to do.
Can you share a time where you had to dig deep mentally during a game or season?
I think this last weekend in Vegas I had to dig deep, because we were on game 5 at 7 p.m. And our first game was at 7, so it was I was exhausted from the whole day, and I hurt my leg, and I was well, I'm not in the mood to play this game, but I don't know if it was my own digging deep versus like the other people around me getting me to where I needed to be to play.
Mm-hmm.
But I overcame my leg hurting in like multiple spots, and I played the entirety of the game, and I made like a good impact on the game.
So would you say that the people around you help you to want to dig deeper?
Yeah, the people around you on the team definitely have a lot more influence over you than they might understand or you might know.
How do you handle setbacks such as injuries or tough losses, and what has helped you stay motivated?
Injuries, I don't go about them the best way because I just deny their existence until it's like 3 or 4 weeks with it. And I'm like, dang, I actually have to go see what this is. But what was the second part of that question?
What helped you stay motivated?
I'm not sure what helped me stay motivated. It was just one of those things where it's like, no matter what, I have to do rugby every week.
Mm-hmm.
So I just go, no matter how I feel, at least once or twice a week to go play rugby somewhere. It's just a constant in my life that keeps shit stable, I guess.
How does rugby physically and competitively nature shape the relationships between players, both your team and with your opponents?
With teammates, it's a lot like, it's definitely more of like a feeling of fighting for another person, because it's like you get hit, you gotta get right back up and then go with them to get hit, and then keep them from like, I guess, getting hit harder than you did. So you gotta like show a lot more support. And then what was the second part of that question?
Competitive nature of rugby, and like, how does the physicality build relationships between your teammates and your players and your opponents?
With opponents, I feel like, because they call the game of rugby a hooligan sport played by gentlemen, so it's a lot of like, you get really heated and angry at each other during the game, and you start like talking trash or whatever. But after the game, they always make a point of like, okay, it's just a game. Let's go out and drink beer after, and like, we're still brothers that play the same sport, even if we're not on the same team. So it's just like really tight knit either way. Yeah,
you touched on it a little, but can you give an example of a moment where mutual respect has shown between team or players?
I would say that's hard because I don't really pay a whole lot of attention to like that type of thing while I'm playing. But I guess
it doesn't only have to be on like while playing.
Okay, like, I guess mutual respect would be like, you could literally travel from a different state across the country and like join a team, and you're still just like seen as and respected as a rugby player, no matter like how you look or anything about you. You just like, it's how you play, and it's that respect you gain from just playing.
All right. What are your thoughts on the broader impact of rugby, either in team building character or as a community influence?
I feel like it has more of a significance in like team bonding, because there's no other sport that does team bonding like rugby does, except for maybe cricket. I heard some crazy stories about cricket, but it's just like, there's no way to describe the feeling of like hitting people head on, you and like the closest people next to you, and then like going out with them the rest of the day, like just out celebrating, just enjoying having got to play that day.
What do you believe rugby offers the young athletes or newcomers to the sport?
It offers you a lifetime community. Like, you could play for like 5 years in your 20s, and then like you could still talk to people up until your 50s or 60s. It's like the most long-lasting community you'll ever be a part of, because like you'll be at each other's funerals. Like this weekend, people were cracking jokes about shit they were gonna say at my funeral. My bad.
You're good.
And I just thought that was funny, because it's like, they already plan on being there for the rest of your life, even if it's just like you've known each other for 5 years, but they plan on being there for the rest of your life.